Okay, so I decided to make a little video about what it would cost to start welding as a hobby. It's one of my little hobbies I like to do. And it's like, what would that cost if you just have a garage at home and, you want to get into welding, just to, try it out, see if it's something that you'd be into. So I went to Harbor Freight this weekend. They had a parking lot sale. So I said, I think I could probably get into welding for less than $200. Not for the best equipment, but for something adequate to get you started to trying your hand at hobby work. So, I was able to buy all this. So this is a flux welder, probably the easiest type of welding you can do and the most forgiving, for a beginner. It's a wire welding system. It uses a flux core wire, okay? Then an auto darkening helmet, okay? A grinder with cutoff wheels, the actual flux core wire, a measuring tape, a pair of safety goggles, and some gloves. And that would get you started. Now, you should wear a shield over the top of safety goggles and things like that, but at the very minimum, you need to wear those. So, but for everything, here's the list of everything. I totaled it up, and right here, it's 184, and then tax was 1849. So the whole thing came out to 203.40 for everything. So just a little over $200, and you can start welding. Now, inside this box, there's some contact tips, a manual, a little chipping hammer type thing, wire brush, and finally there's a what do you want to call it? Like a little visor type thing that you can weld with. I would get the helmet. An auto darkening helmet is the way to go for a beginner for sure. So anyway, this is just something to think about if you're wanting to get into it. How much could you do it for, and how cheap could you get started? This is a 125 or a 110 outlet. A 110 outlet. So you don't have to have anything too special. You need to read the manual inside and kind of go over everything as far as, how to use it, what to plug it into, when to use it, when not to use it, that sort of thing. So, but it's kind of neat. They do tell you some things on the side down here, kind of as far as all that good stuff. And it kind of tells you what's included on it. So for 99 bucks, this is a pretty dang good welder. I have one from years ago, but I'm probably going to use this at my parents' place. Just leave it there just for little stuff and whatnot. So anyway, something to consider if you're getting into it. I'll break them open and do another video on actually using it and welding with it and kind of setting the whole thing up, and kind of go from there. There's plenty of videos out there that are probably going to be much better than that one, but I'll still put it out just to kind of, show you the trick. And finally, the last thing you need is some scrap metal to kind of weld on and kind of play with. So, and kind of go through that down the road. But anyway, all right, later.